Look at this. Oh, come on. Always. Just always. It happens at the most.
Is that about your car warranty or your student loans?
No, that's about our new face mask for FPD. That's what that was about.
Oh.
Oh. No.
What are we looking at here?
Okay, I'm going to show.
So I'm sorry, everybody. We have gone live.
We are?
He knows that we've gone live.
But I have to show him this monster deer that was taken in Oklahoma. Look at this thing. With
That's
traditional
a big deer.
archery, a 202-inch 5 5/8, just absolute giant.
That's not a non-typical.
No. Well,
It's starting to get palmated out a little bit.
yeah, you could make an argument for it, but it's pretty good. I don't know if they could actually see this. You maybe see it like there. Look at that.
This is horrible.
Holy crap, that's a monster. That's all my feed is. Instagram, Facebooks, YouTube.
I'm just telling you guys,
It's all deer.
if you ride in a car with KJ through an area that has a lot of deer, or like, God forbid, a high fence, area in Texas or something, you are taking your life into your own hands. Because if he's driving, he's like this.
I do. But I've gotten really good at it. I've gotten really good at staying steady. Right?
What's amazing is we've been doing this enough years where it's always fun if there's a third person in the car that doesn't know, and he's like, he's not even looking at the road. I'm like, no, he's not going to look at the road for hours.
No, you're pretty much locked into where we're at. Hey, we got to get some house cleaning out of the way, but we have some great sponsors.
Welcome in. This show is called Gun Talk Live.
Yeah. And as you can tell, it's definitely live.
Yeah, we decided to keep it loose today. This Gun Talk Live is brought to you by Timney Triggers and Colt. Timney Triggers, a new trigger, listen up, for your HK MP5s. Yes. Factory set at a 2-pound first stage, a 2-pound second stage.
How cool is that? It's a 2-stage trigger. It's aluminum housing, T6 aluminum. I'm sure that's a fancy way of saying it's well built.
We just got one in. I've never changed out one of these triggers, but it looks to be, self-contained, kind of drop-in type of deal. So,
and that's one great thing with Timney is that it's very kind of self-explanatory. They do have some videos that'll walk you through it, and there's all kinds of videos out there.
But we do happen to have an HK MP5, not the full auto one,
right?
But the semi-auto one here.
Sure, be cool if we did.
It would be cooler if it was full auto. Can't afford to run it.
Nope.
Springfield Armory, they've got the Prodigy double stack 1911 17+1 or a 20-round extended magazine.
Yeah. And Chris shot this in competition. Factory out of the box did really well.
He won three grand with it. I think he likes the gun.
Yeah, I don't think it's going home.
I think he likes the
Maybe home with him.
It's one of those guns. We said it, and it's true. You go, dude, this is a really nice gun. Wow. Yeah. And my mind is like, this must be kind of pricey. For a double stack 1911, it's not.
Comparative.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're dealing with here. It's a comparative look with others.
$1,600?
Yeah.
Like, when you feel this gun, you're like, wow. Okay.
Holy crap.
Ruger, we just shot it. The small frame auto-loading rifle. Went
just in time for hunting season. Mm-hmm. And so we needed to do a couple extra pickup shots with it yesterday. And I was having so much fun with it. This thing is a tack driver. I mean, I was putting them all within.
He came to my office like, dude,
MOA.
You need to not send that back to Ruger.
Don't
that
send
thing
it back.
Accurate.
You need to buy it, keep it how it's set up. But I had so much fun with it. I had Benjamin and Michael, our editors here on site, I had them come out and shoot it. They were doing the same thing. Same exact thing. They were having fun shooting it.
Lightweight, 308. You can get in a 16-inch barrel or 20-inch barrel, but very small frame for like an AR-10. And Sierra Outdoor Master Ammo.
Yeah, they have some in stock too, which you can buy from their website, which is great in case you're having trouble finding it in the biggest box stores or anything like that. They have it on their website. So that's always the place to go is look on websites. Look on them.
Sierra, I mean, they're known for, they are the bullet smiths. They have bullet smiths. They're all about making really good bullets. And so this is the one we're talking about right here is the 45 auto, 185 grain, jacketed hollow point. But they have not just the bullets, but now they have the ammo. Cartridges are loaded with brass casings. So it's reloadable stuff too, right?
Okay.
Build box giveaway.
Yes.
That's going on right now.
Well, no. Technically, it's the fall black
that's
giveaway,
right.
right? So as we switched over.
Fall black.
Yeah, so we're giving away a Daniel Defense DD4 rifle. All of this is in one. So one winner gets all of this stuff.
Yeah. ATN Thor 4 thermal scope.
Yeah.
3 Franklin Armory binary triggers. So between all of that,
And I think
$4 or $5 grand maybe,
it ends
something like that.
November 30th. So you've got a little bit, but there are multiple ways to enter, and you can get a lot of different entries.
Where do they go to enter though?
Guntalk.com/win. That's it. Okay, I'm going to take offense to this. Okay,
Let's take offense.
You called me
Let's get
out
offended.
for being whiplash boy this time of the year. And Boyd, I'm an excellent driver. You want me behind the wheel this time of the year because I'm going to see all the deer, right? So when they're chasing, I'm seeing it all.
He's better at spotting deer while he drives.
Yes. Yeah, why not? So anyway, we do have a winner, and we're going to be giving away a Double Star USA Cloak 15.5-inch handguard. You guys check them out. So it's on the table. But our winner came from Facebook. And that winner is Billy. He's watching from Texas. I don't know where that's at.
I don't know where that is.
But I'm glad he did it all in lowercase because that shows a little amount of disrespect for Texas.
Oklahoma and Texas. No love lost.
There's none. But anyway, Billy, you won on Facebook. Thanks for watching. But every comment is an entry to win the Double Star Cloak.
Ashley said there's an organization bringing suit about Measure 114. They're called We the Patriots USA. We're going to talk about this new Oregon law that just passed.
Yeah.
114. You guys are going to hear about it. Even if you don't live in Oregon, you're going to want to hear about this because this is the kind of CRAP that other states are going to try to pull.
Man, and this is framework. Let that be known. This passed. Wow, we got something through. And this was a pie in the sky measure that probably they didn't anticipate passing, but Measure 114 passed, which is your standard magazine ban capacities are allowed under 10 rounds.
10 rounds and under?
10 rounds and under, okay?
Is allowed. Anything
Is
over
allowed.
10 rounds, bad.
But they included verbiage in that bill, and this goes into effect December 8th, that, it's so frustrating, that you would have to basically get a permit and in class, in person.
You have to get certified to buy a gun.
Yeah.
So you have to go get a permission slip to exercise your Second Amendment rights.
There it is.
And there is no system set up there in the state.
So what does that do?
So that means as of December 8th, for the most part, and I know we're gonna have a insider guest coming on for this, right?
Yes.
Means no guns are going to be sold after December 8th in the state of Oregon because they can't be because you can't buy them because you didn't take the class that they don't offer.
Right, and there's no funding. Remember the whole defund police departments?
We're not going to take your guns. We're not going to take your guns. You just can't buy any more guns, and you need to register all your guns.
But they didn't take them. They didn't physically come take them.
Yeah, we didn't take them.
So my biggest fear is that this measure has passed and it slipped through the cracks because
And here's the deal. Gun owners voted for it.
Yeah.
A lot of gun owners said, "Meh, I mean, I'm not worried about a magazine ban. I don't have any guns that have more than 10 rounds. I've got my bolt gun for hunting deer. I've got my shotgun for hunting ducks, and I've got a revolver in case the bad guys come through the door."
This is very much a
Well, it wasn't about a magazine ban, guys.
No.
It's about banning the sale of guns in your state for a while.
Yeah. And you guys are bringing up a lot of great comments. Matthew, Portland and Eugene voted for it. You're 100% right there.
We have a map that Gary sent us.
We have a map. I don't know if do we have the map? Okay, we don't have the map.
All right, but you're correct. If you look at
correct.
the red-blue map or whatever colors you want to use, you have the for and the against on this one, and the entire state of Oregon is against this one, except for Portland and Eugene.
Yes, and that's
that
the
was
populace
where the majority lives.
And it passed by a 1.5%. 1.5%. And anyway, we have someone behind enemy lines. And we had a chance to sit down with him today to discuss that. Gary Killingsworth from our team at Gun Talk is in Oregon.
He's going to give you the rundown, right?
He's going to give you the rundown. He's going to talk about, we're going to go a little bit in depth with it. But if Benjamin has that video queued up, we're going to go ahead and run that. We're going to shut our mics off so you can hear what Gary has to say about it. All right, we are here with our fellow employer, Gary Killingsworth, and he is behind enemy lines right now.
Yeah.
Gary, how are you holding up, man?
It's interesting. I wasn't behind enemy lines until I guess about a week ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So measure 114, because I wanted to kind of get your perspective on it and a little bit of the details. Ryan and I kind of discussed a little bit about the details, but give us a little bit more in-depth knowledge from a Oregonian like yourself. Give us your perspective and your thoughts on it.
Yeah, and an Oregonian.
Or Oregonian, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, at this point, 114 isn't really a secret anymore. I mean, it's out there, and I think that people across the nation are kind of, seeing what's happening. It's a pretty wide sweeping gun ban, essentially. So what we're looking at is it's their garden variety magazine restriction ban. 10 round mags. But here's the baffling part. So it was announced by the Oregon Secretary of State that December 8th is when the new laws go into effect. So that's a month after the election, which 114, real quick, 114 narrowly passed to begin with. Razor thin. And it's the usual story on things like this. I mean, it was you have population centers in Oregon of Portland and Eugene, and you can guess how those areas voted. Here's the baffling part, though. So on December 8th, that will essentially cease, as of right now, gun sales in Oregon because there is a permitting system and a training course required to be administered by police. There's no staffing, there's no funding, there's no plan. So FFLs just know that they have, December 8th is their cutoff. So you can imagine what's happening with gun sales right now. I mean, they're through the roof. Everyone's trying to get in and get their transfers done, and the local shops and even the big box stores. I mean, they're working it. I mean, they're doing their part. It's a waiting game right now, and there's no plan. There's no end in sight. Like we don't know anything. We just know it's going to end on 12/8 as of now.
This really is frightening, and you guys are essentially being held hostage in a non-free state.
Right.
So what's the response from gun shops? I mean, are they stressing out? Like, how are they going to keep their doors open?
Sure. I mean, that's the thing is it's uncertainty rules right now. And this is the thing that it's infuriating. It's confusing to it's for the businesses for sure. They just don't know. I mean, how can you have a business plan when you don't know what's going to
Right.
happen? What are you, if you're not moving firearms, what are you then moving? Ammo, holsters, optics. It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, people who are gun folks that are outside of the industry, they come to me and they're asking, "What's going on? What does this mean? What should I do?" And I mean, there's no easy answers. If you want something, buy now, if you can find it.
Yeah. What about gun companies that are in Oregon? Like, that's one thing that I kind of had started thinking about is what is their response going to be, and how are they going to approach this? Because this is a direct attack
It
on
is.
them.
I mean, it really is. And you know this, but a lot of other people may not. I mean, Oregon has a rich, firearms history. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a state of sportsmen, sportswomen, and this is a state of very, very dedicated Second Amendment people. It's just the numbers are starting to trend otherwise. As you
Right.
know, I mean, most of Oregon is nothing like what you see on the news in regards to Portland, right?
Right.
Um, and you and I were talking about this earlier, but I thought it's interesting to note that so Salem is the capital of Oregon.
Yep.
Salem is kind of split in half by two different counties, Polk County and Marion County. Both of those counties at about 60% voted no on 114. So it really goes to show that, I mean, even outside of the state capital area, these votes and these numbers are controlled by areas like Portland and Eugene,
Right.
which you can anticipate how they think in regards to firearms. So as it rolls to, I mean, firearm based companies here in Oregon, I mean, it's the same thing. It's uncertainty rules.
Right.
I don't
Did
know.
did this kind of sneak up on people? I mean, because it seems like there would have been more outcry before this, and an education process. Is
Yeah.
it just the way the measure was written out in the voting that what happened there? Like, how did
Yeah.
this sneak through?
Yeah. And I mean, to answer that directly, yes, I do think that it snuck through. I think it snuck past a lot of people. It shouldn't have. It absolutely should not have, but it did. Um, many people have said that the way that it was worded, it was totally geared towards the "we got to do something" crowd, right?
Okay.
And so those who maybe really didn't take the time to read through all the ramifications. I mean, this is the kitchen sink. Um,
Yeah.
you know, throw everything in the pot and let's see what we can get away with. And it passed. It passed.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate to hear that,
Yeah.
man. So just thinking out loud, what are people able to do right now? Like, like, my initial reaction is to contact Oregon state legislatures and Senate. Are we past that point, or is it helpful right now to start contacting them, everyone?
I mean, that absolutely needs to be done. I do know that FPC is putting some things together. Surely the Second Amendment Foundation is putting some things together. Oregon Firearms Federation is kind of, I mean, they're also behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
I know they're putting a lot into this, and I mean, it's a numbers game. We'll have links for each of these in the description.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
That's where people can immediately get involved. But I mean, as I was saying earlier, I mean, it's an uncertainty rules right now, and that's probably the most frustrating part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, man. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us, and
Yeah,
man,
my pleasure.
start stockpiling.
That's right. Absolutely.
You got a few weeks.
That's for sure.
All right,
Yeah.
brother. Be safe. Thank you.
Thanks. You too.
Wow.
Where'd he go? Jeez. He was right here a second ago.
It is alarming how it slipped by, and that's one of the reasons why we try to bring you lives, and we try to tell you to go to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk Radio to hear about this stuff and follow, the Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation. Like, those guys are on the front lines, and they are telling you what's happening and where to contact. We can only do so much, but one of the things, hey, welcome back. But one of the key things is just following up, and just because you do not live in Oregon does not mean that you need to be on the front lines for Oregon. So we needed to be, and I dropped the ball on it. I think we were a little bit blindsided. I didn't contact them. And
yeah, we heard about it. I know we talked about it on Gun Talk Radio, but this is a good example of we probably all need to do a better job of supporting our fellow gun owners and supporting gun rights, even when it comes to a state level in another state, right? Because this thing trickles through like a cancer, and we see it in a lot of different areas. It certainly is true in gun law.
Yeah, a lot of good comments come in. Shannon makes a very good point, but it doesn't mean that we can't raise our voices. Shannon says, for every fighter, there's 4 to 5 purple-haired screamers to try to hold you down. That's a pretty good one. I think that's funny. Come on, that's funny. I think that's good stuff.
So yeah, I mean, that's going on. So and yes, it will be challenged. There will be lawsuits, but the problem is that stuff takes time. Maybe they get an injunction.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure Second Amendment Foundation tends to get involved in these, and they are up in that area of the country. They're in Washington State, and they're very familiar with what's going on up there.
There's people who are making these laws. They might be on the fence. They might seem like gun owners. If there's a but, though, no, you're not for us. You're against us. There's no buts in this, and I think we have like a screenshot. Do you have that, Benjamin? Of an example of the thinking and the thought process.
Is that the Elmer Fudd?
Yes, that's the Elmer Fudd thing. Yeah.
Jim Sweetland says we have land mass here in Southern Oregon. Portland has people mass. Yeah, and they count the people votes.
Do you have
not the
Do you have that available? All right, Benjamin's trying to get up, but look at this. All right, civil rights lawyer had a different reason for voting. Yes. You want to read that?
I can't.
You can't say. All right.
Yeah, I can read it. My preferred concealed carry weapon does not have more than 10 rounds in its magazine anyway. So I figured that passing 114 would make it less likely I would be outgunned if I were in a gunfight with an active shooter. Okay, so let's talk about this. Besides the fact that it's a total violation of the Second Amendment, this whole thing is. Let's talk about the practicality of it. What's the goal? Because I think they had some nonsense propaganda name for it, like the Protecting Everybody and Super Safe Act or whatever. Here's the deal, KJ. If you were going to go into a school and kill elementary school kids,
would not do that, but hypothetical world.
If a person's going to do that, are they going to change how they're doing this based on what laws they're also breaking?
Yeah. And
criminals are criminals, right?
And Gary brought up a very good point that he said kind of off air, is he said, because criminals are going to go the correct route and buy their magazines legally.
They're going to take a state certified safety class to buy a gun.
Yeah.
Well, just to do that, you're going to have a background check on the safety class.
Yeah.
So
But we have to do something.
Doing something. Why don't we go pound rocks? That's about as useful as this. I mean, so what you're doing is you're ensuring that law-abiding citizens will have less ammunition in their gun to protect themselves and their families and schools, and whatever else. So you're going to have less tools at your disposal.
All right.
Also, let's go the other way. All right.
I love it.
So there's
Ryan
the guy.
Wow.
There's the guy that goes, I couldn't get, because they're going to say, well, it restricts access. So that's a good thing. Maybe in a couple of years there just won't be any magazines that hold more than 10 rounds in the state of Oregon.
Yeah.
So a guy goes into, he said an active shooter.
Right.
An active shooter, and goes into a gun-free zone and starts killing people.
Yeah.
What does it matter how many rounds the magazine holds?
He's still killing people.
He's still killing people.
Like, that's wrong.
Someone's going to say, he couldn't kill as many people. Yes, he
No.
can.
Yeah.
He can.
Can.
If there's no one there to stop
him.
he'll
Right
just keep
there you
going.
go. Oh my gosh, it's shocking. I reached out to the representatives this morning. Let my voice be heard, which is about all you can do. We've got some links in the description for you to go check it out. Like contact, call, email. I don't get smoke signals, anything. Like we've got to start banding together better, and man.
And if you can, look at who's fighting this stuff and donate some money to them, because it's going to cost a ton
where
of money.
your mouth is.
So if you commented, you're entered to win.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
And
So I do have to brag on a firearm that I am taking this week to hunt with that I can't talk about yet.
I was about to say, you can't talk about this.
I can't talk about it.
It's a new gun.
But I can show a picture. This is a very important picture to show. We're going to move on. It's not going to get me in trouble.
You can't show a picture.
I'm going to show a picture right now. Benjamin, show the picture. I hope it's the right
gonna get
one.
in trouble.
I hope it's the right one.
I'm going to get in trouble.
What? I sent you. I airdropped you this picture.
Let me see. Oh, you did airdrop it.
Which picture? Make sure it's the right picture. He airdropped you.
Yeah.
It's probably one of Benjamin shooting the gun, the Ruger yesterday. He'll probably throw that
I
up.
have it in my.
You blew it.
That was a big
It was-
setup.
That was
Wow.
a big setup for zero payoff.
So super cool.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a teaser. No, we're not.
No, we're not. No.
You get
so,
nothing.
So what the picture was, I'm going to describe the
Show it
picture.
on the screen.
No.
Just show
What?
it your picture.
No.
Yeah, it's a tease.
No. I'm not going to show that.
This is horrible. Man.
So it was of the scale. It was only a picture of the scale that I weighed the gun with, and it was 8.6 pounds.
But that doesn't sound like a very light gun. But
But it had a suppressor on it. It had scope rings, and it had a
4 to
scope,
12 power
4 to
scope.
12 power scope on it. So 8.6 pounds with all of that, it's a big deal. So anyway, I'm not going to say anything else, but big things. Thanks, Benjamin. Thank you.
all right.
Sure.
I guess that's it for us. Yes?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Now that we've got you guys all pissed off going into the weekend.
Yeah, we blew it today, man.
Sorry.
I'm telling you. We blew it exactly like Oregonians blew it
Yeah.
in that vote.
Everybody get out there. Be safe.
Hey, we're not going to be here next week, so no live next week. We're going to be on the hunt. You're going to be with family.
Yep.
You guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hey, if you like this video, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bells. If you listen across any of our podcasts like Gun Talk Nation, Gun Talk Radio, Gun Talk Hunt, leave us a comment, share, do all the things.
Yeah, do all
because
the
it
things.
helps
Follow
us. It helps us bring more content to you. So
We'll see you next time.
happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.